You can wreck your brand in one day if you want, but that's your brand. Most people don't have a brand. They just have a logo because I am not willing to give them enough of my time and attention for them to earn anything because they haven't shown up in a way to have gotten my time and attention.
And I think
Generous action.
generous action.
Opposite of hustle. Generous action. Would we miss you if you were gone? If you didn't build this, would we miss it? So if you are busy interrupting people, and I got to tell you, I am spammed with every 2-bit hustle you can imagine. You know, people won't miss those when they go away, and they do go away. The people who get out on the other side are the ones who are step by step, generously shipping the work to a small group of people in the right genre, causing connection and conversation to happen, and then it grows.
So we're really talking about kind of almost creating a personal brand, isn't it? This is what this is about, like in a way. Is that right?
All right, so let's talk about brand. Brand is not logo. Hyatt hotels have a logo, but they don't have a brand. Mm-hmm. Nike has a logo, they have a brand. If Nike owned a hotel, you know exactly what it would be like. If Hyatt made sneakers, you have no idea, right? Okay. So a personal brand is simply a promise, an expectation. When I get on a podcast with you or read something you wrote or give you any form of my time, I have an expectation for what I'm going to get from you. That's your brand. Mm-hmm. And you can wreck your brand in one day if you want, but that's your brand. Most people don't have a brand. They just have a logo because I am not willing to give them enough of my time and attention for them to earn anything because they haven't shown up in a way to have gotten my time and attention.
People that listen to this, they may be thinking, if I go out and publish, how do I not like ruin the brand in a day? Just like what you just said, it's like I don't want to ruin my brand in a day. So how do I avoid that?
Yeah. So the promise has to be very specific. If you promise that you are the most reliable, consistent, and trained heart surgeon in all of Tucson, and it's not true, you're doomed. Mm-hmm. If you promise that you're going to show up with something interesting that may or may not work for people on some fringe of something, you can keep that promise, mm-hmm. right? So like think about, say, the early days of Bitcoin. The people during the early days of Bitcoin who showed up and promised a stable, reliable, predictable replacement for cash, they're all gone, right? That's Mt. Gox. It's gone because they couldn't keep their promise. On the other hand, if you show up and say, hey, I'm Mike Novogratz, I'm swinging big bats here, and this is the most volatile, weirdest thing ever, maybe I'll be able to double our money, the people who invest in you are like, go for it, Mike, because they knew what the promise was.